the beautiful Gabriella. Please welcome to the stage.
Thank you, Anita, for inviting me to speak today. I always feel very, very honored and happy and excited when I can share my knowledge live with other women. I just can't help it. It's just something that comes from within, and I don't know you, but I think we are great. I call myself Flying Inspiration. I grew up in Turin. I studied languages, became an interpreter, and then I worked for a while in the tourism industry. So I had the opportunity to travel a bit in different continents, different countries. And that really broadened my mind. At the same time, I also came across the personal development world. And the origin of it all for me was through work, through being a translator and interpreter. And I ended up in the Swiss Alps. I came across in this center with macrobiotics. And that really opened my mind, besides my body as well, because I learned one of the major things that really still is pertinent with me today, which is your body is perfect and it can heal itself, and it's all down to you, to the choices you make every day. From there, I got into different therapies, and I kind of done my kind of groundwork and investigated for now almost. I ended up in UK because of my traveling and working abroad. I met an English gentleman, and he happened to be living in London, so I ended up here. And that was obviously 10 years ago, and I'm still here. But many things happened on the way. I got married to the gentleman, then I got divorced, and then I realized it was time for me to rediscover myself and all those nice things I've learned. I really decided it was time to change it, to flip it, to make my adversity an inspiration. And that's when I started calling myself Flying Inspiration. And it was only a few years later that then I realized, well, flying inspiration, so maybe I should learn to fly. And something else took over, and I became aware of my life purpose, and I became aware that I'm here on this planet at this precise time because the thing that really made a big difference in my life, that really gave me that center, that feeling great, right? Whatever happens, whatever the wind is, and whatever the direction the wind comes, I'm okay, is my feminine awareness. And so I call my talk, How to Find Your Inner Center as a Woman. Don't you think that when you have dreams, especially if you've got big dreams, it's very helpful to have it, because otherwise, the wind comes from the north, and then it turns and comes from the south, and then from the west. Wind meaning whatever happens in your life, and it's very easy to get lost. Please don't. What I'm asking you is something very practical. I want you to please don't believe, and then take action and investigate it. Check it out for yourself. Because until I sit here and I talk and I tell you stuff and you write it down, but then you don't go out and check it out, it's going to be about you, right? What is important to you? What you are going to do next year because you really want it is going to change your life for the better, and it means something to you. I want you to find your center, but not only that. The other thing that is so important to get what you want in life is to find out what is your truth, and strictly related to your truth are your values. Because because you become an investigator and you do a bit of soul searching, you find out what your values are, and you know what they are, then you stick with that. and it's something very practical, because if you find out that actually what is important in your life is, for instance, honesty. If you find yourself in dire straits and you might be tight with money or whatever it might be, and then because of the situation you do something that is dishonest, don't you think that one day you might regret it? But if you have that, awareness, even awareness that honesty for you is something which is not negotiable, then you stick with that, and you know that that's it. Yes, one of your pillars, stick to that, and then you don't lose your sense. So I have two mottos I really love in my life. One is life is an adventure, discover it. Yes, I am an adventure person. And the other one is I'm happy and free, I'm me. If you find your center and you know what your values are, what's your truth, right? You become yourself, and then that yourself, that whatever it is, right, that is valid for you, it fits you. And so you irradiate that yourself, that bit of you, that energy, right? And you become a powerhouse. So I would like you to, from today, adopt my mottos. Life is an adventure, discover it, and I'm happy and free. I am me. In 2009, I became aware of my feminine body. I was going through, since 2005, a very difficult time. I was made redundant at work, my marriage ended, so I went into divorce. I lost my social background, friends and so forth, because they were linked with my marriage. So I started missing my cycle, my feminine cycle. And I knew, because I had been in natural therapies and alternative medicine, that there was something there for me that was important. My body was trying to talk to me and wanted to communicate with me something, but I didn't know. So I expressed a desire to have more information come my way whenever the time would be right, and so it did. So in 2009, 4 years later, I came across this lady called Alexandra Pope, who teaches women about their feminine cycle. So I thought, maybe it might be the right thing, and I investigated, I looked into it, and many things happened to me. I found my center, I found my direction, and everything just seemed to fall into place of all those years in personal development where I read so much, heard so much, tried so much, and all the rest of it. The majority of all these teachers and speakers and trainers were men, so they weren't really taking into consideration the fact that women work in a certain way. And that's why I want to share this with you today, because I really hope it will change your life as a woman, and we're all women here, right? Either you know it or not. We have, in the month, a flowing of different energies. And to explain this to you in a very simple way, I am going to compare them with the season, the normal season. So spring, summer, autumn, and winter. I'm going to summarize them in very practical terms. Please remember, be an investigator, and see if it speaks to you, okay? Spring, the season. Generally, nature blossoms, it wakes up, and we feel as a consequence of that, warmer climate, so we start waking up ourselves as well, right? We feel very positive, energetic, and we feel like outgoing, and we want to do all the things that we put off in the grades, and we want to do, we are very active. And we love our life more than in winter, generally speaking. Now, this season in a woman is comparable to the pre-ovulatory phase, which is the first week after we stop bleeding, okay? Now, in this week, we experience this type of energy, which is very, very masculine, I would say, because it's very outgoing. It's very, so much action, right? It's about doing, going and meet the people and do whatever it is, planning, okay? Then we go into summer, and summer is comparable to this, the ovulatory phase, which is when we ovulate, okay? We are fertile. Now, like in summer, when it's very hot and we are very social, we have lots of parties and we go on holiday, we do things, etc., etc. We are very, again, even more outgoing, and we like to celebrate, we like to do things, okay? We like to share. So, we look great, we feel very happy and abundant, generally speaking, and life for us feels sweet, and we flow with that. We are very loving and caring, and we can do anything. We don't need much sleep. Autumn, and it's cooling down, the temperature's getting cooler, and we feel more being inside, and this season is comparable to the premenstrual phase. And in this inner season, we start feeling something very different. We spend more time thinking about ourselves, and we need more rest and more sleep. And we come into contact with our inner critic, which means we start seeing the other side of things. And we become real with ourselves. So we can be more kind of maybe negative, but not necessarily this is a bad thing. Because we can't be outgoing all the time. We need also to review stuff. Otherwise, nothing really gets done or improved, right? And then we go into winter, which is comparable to our menstruation, our winter time. It's our bleeding time. Now, this is very important, ladies. This is the season where it's me time, is the season where we open up to different dimensions, we become very psychic, and it's a sacred time. And we should honor this time, take a rest, and see what comes up for us. Because this is the time when we need answers, the answer will come to us. And if we need to review stuff and speak up our truth or come into contact with our truth, our inner truth, this is the time. So can you see that if this happens to every woman every month, can you see that if we want to really understand what is important to us and then set the sails for next year, we are now in autumn, right? And we're heading for winter. So if you combine our inner season with the outer season, isn't it the best time for us to really understand what is important to us? And then if our body takes us to these places, we'll think in a certain way, and we'll feel certain things and certain emotions, right? And think about this other thing. If you, let's suppose you decided that you want to go, like Katrina was saying, do accessorize, right? And start a new business. And then you charge, towards it. And then it doesn't happen, but you are not aware that you're not supposed to live in a linear world, but you cycle. You float in this energy, which is very fluid. That's why I'm saying investigate and check it out for yourself. You might lose hope and you might feel lost. Whereas if you know that that's the way it's supposed to be and how we flow naturally, and we go with our inner flow, because nature knows best, right? It's got a few billion years of success rate, right? So why to go against it? And also remember that this is a life force, is what it creates, right? So don't you think that if women were designed in this way, there's something good in it? And don't you think that it might be well designed for us to actually enjoy and thrive in life rather than really suffer? So going through our inner seasons helps us to distill our essence, to come into contact with our essence, so we can go then for what is important to us, okay? So remember, we cycle, we live in a circular reality. This is going to be helping us to become a powerhouse. Our natural flow of energy is the powerhouse of a woman. Please, I would like to invite you to take advantage of this autumn, of this season, combine it with your inner season, and discover what is your truth. Distill your truth and see what is important. I think it's time for the planet to have something different happening. And until all of us women, we don't accept our inner nature and become aware of our feminine awareness and body and accept it and love it, nothing will change. So I call it a very silent but very compelling revolution, as the revolution of the woman of the 21st century. I would just like reading my vision to you, and I hope it will inspire you to become an investigator of life. The woman of the 21st century is the woman of the next generation. She is beautifully strong. She acts according to her soul purpose, and because of that, she is irresistibly magnetic and engages in empowering relationships with men and women. She gives birth every day to her reality. She pays attention to her feelings, and her feelings guide her to create what she wants. She does it through relationships that help her to discover more about herself. Relationships are her tool in the playground of life. Her feelings are her strength. They complement her intellect. They are a precious source of inner guidance. She is clear about her vision and purpose. Therefore, she is a beautiful inspiration. How does she do all this? She is in contact with her womb. She is aware of her cycle. She acts following its energetic flow. She elegantly flows in the river of life, guided by herself, her center. This makes her a magnet, a beacon of inspiration rather than perspiration. Do you like the picture? Does it sound enticing? Does it make you feel good? I can smell the scent of this woman. Life for this woman. Thanks. Great. I hope that you will become an investigator and you will become aware, little by little every day, of your feminine awareness and your beautiful body. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the education and also for motivating us. Let's give a round of applause.